As we delve into the realm of AI security and governance, it's clear that AI introduces a whole new set of challenges and opportunities. Imagine a bustling city where each district represents a different aspect of an AI system: data usage, model decision making, and third party integrations. Each district has its own unique vulnerabilities that need careful attention and control. This expanded risk surface requires us to rethink traditional security measures.
Exactly, Sarah. It's like we're not just building stronger walls around our city, but also ensuring that every district operates under its own set of tailored security protocols. This broadened definition of AI security means looking beyond just cybersecurity. It's about ensuring data protection, maintaining model integrity, and guaranteeing operational resilience. But why is this so critical for organizations?
Because without these strategic safeguards, the very foundations of our AI city could become unstable. Governance, risk, and compliance, or GRC, act like the city planners, ensuring everything aligns with regulations and ethical standards. They're not just bureaucratic hurdles, they're strategic enablers that protect an organization's reputation and ensure sustainability. But how do we know if our current frameworks are up to the task?
That's a key question. It's about evaluating whether our governance structures can handle the pace of AI adoption and identifying where gaps might exist. Think of it as checking if the city's infrastructure can support its rapid growth. But Sarah, as we explore these concepts, how do we begin to specifically identify security and governance needs within AI systems?
Well, Rana, it all starts with understanding the unique regulatory and organizational landscapes each AI system operates within. It's like assessing the terrain before building. This foundational step is crucial for determining the security requirements and integrating solutions tailored to AI's unique vulnerabilities. So the natural next step becomes exploring how these specific security solutions are designed and implemented from the ground up. In our journey through AI security and governance, we've discovered that it's much like building a fortress. You see, each AI system needs its own blueprint for security, shaped by both external regulations and internal policies. This blueprint guides us in constructing robust defenses tailored to the unique vulnerabilities of AI, such as data integrity and access controls. It's not just about setting up walls, though. It's about maintaining them, ensuring compliance through constant vigilance and regular audits.
That makes a lot of sense, Sarah. It's like managing a garden. You can't just plant it and walk away. You need to keep an eye on things, making sure the weeds of non-compliance don't creep in. But I'm curious, how does this proactive governance actually protect organizations in the long run?
Well, by establishing these controls early, organizations aren't just protecting themselves against immediate threats. They're also building a foundation of trust and reliability, which is crucial for stakeholders. Imagine knowing that your AI systems operate safely within a secure and governed environment. It gives everyone peace of mind and reduces costs associated with potential breaches or legal issues.
I see. It sounds like a strong defense is essential, but what about those threats that are specifically unique to AI systems? Aren't there new challenges that traditional security measures might not cover?
Exactly, Rana. While conventional threats like malware and phishing are still relevant, AI introduces its own set of challenges such as model inversion and data poisoning. These require us to think beyond standard protocols. It leads us to the next crucial step in our journey: understanding how to protect information within these AI systems with tailored security measures.
So the next step is learning how to build these specialized defenses to safeguard our AI environments. That sounds like a critical part of ensuring our fortress stands strong against all potential threats.
As we navigate the world of AI, it's essential to remember that while AI systems offer incredible capabilities, they also attract a unique set of security challenges. These aren't just the usual suspects like malware or phishing, but also AI-specific threats such as model inversion and adversarial attacks, which require us to rethink our traditional security strategies. By employing layered security measures like encryption and access controls, we can safeguard not only the data but also the integrity of AI models.
It's fascinating how these AI-specific threats demand such tailored approaches. But it seems like a comprehensive security review is crucial to understand these vulnerabilities fully. How do organizations ensure they're not just reactive but proactive in their AI security strategies?
Exactly. That's where a comprehensive security review comes into play. It's about assessing existing vulnerabilities to build a robust security posture. By doing so, organizations can implement an AI-specific threat mitigation plan, ensuring their AI systems remain secure and reliable. But this proactive stance isn't just limited to AI. It's a mindset that can be applied to broader information security as well.
I see. So the principles of thorough review and proactive planning are universal. This naturally leads us to consider how these approaches translate to conventional information security threats. What foundational steps should organizations take to address these more traditional security challenges?
That's a great segue, Rana. Addressing conventional threats begins with a solid foundation, a comprehensive security review. This isn't just a check-the-box exercise. It's a strategic analysis to uncover and prioritize vulnerabilities, ensuring that any remediation is both targeted and evidence-based. And understanding these foundational steps brings us to the next challenge. Imagine an organization as a fortress. To keep it secure, you must first walk its perimeter, noting vulnerabilities and weak points. That's what a security review does for an IT infrastructure. It's the foundation upon which you build a strong defense against conventional threats. This process isn't just about identifying gaps. It's about crafting a targeted improvement plan to fortify those weaknesses systematically.
Right, and it's not just a one-time effort. By focusing on areas like authentication and authorization, organizations ensure they're covering all bases consistently, much like maintaining a strong wall. This structured approach transforms security from a reactive scramble into a proactive, repeatable process. But what happens once this fortress of conventional security is in place?
That's where the landscape shifts. As we fortify against traditional threats, a new frontier emerges, one filled with AI-specific challenges. These aren't your typical threats. They require a different kind of vigilance. Just like an evolving battlefield, these AI threats call for new strategies and defenses.
So it's like we're moving from defending against conventional attacks to preparing for a new type of warfare. With AI, threats such as data poisoning and adversarial attacks introduce unique vulnerabilities. How do organizations even begin to tackle these?
The key lies in early identification and tailored mitigation strategies. Just as our fortress needs robust defenses, AI systems require specialized protection to ensure they remain secure and reliable. And this raises an important question about how prepared organizations are for these AI-specific threats. As we journey through the landscape of AI security, we've encountered some unique challenges that AI systems face. Unlike traditional cybersecurity threats, AI-specific threats like data poisoning, adversarial attacks, and model inversion can silently infiltrate and compromise AI operations. Imagine an AI model as a ship navigating through a sea of data. If that data is poisoned or manipulated, the ship might steer off course without anyone realizing until it's too late.
That's quite the image, Sarah. It underscores how crucial it is to identify these threats early. If a model is trained on corrupted data, it could make decisions that impact everything from financial transactions to medical diagnoses. It's like building a house on a shaky foundation. The whole structure is at risk.
Exactly. And to protect our AI systems, we need a robust strategy that includes targeted countermeasures tailored to the specific vulnerabilities of each system. This is where the real work begins, transforming identified risks into manageable controls through continuous monitoring and governance. It's a proactive approach to ensure AI systems remain secure and trustworthy.
I see how this proactive stance is essential. But as we talk about these threats, I can't help but wonder about adversarial attacks. They seem particularly insidious, capable of subtly deceiving AI models. How do we even begin to tackle something that can be so covert and sophisticated?
That's a great question, Rana. Adversarial attacks indeed require a nuanced approach. Understanding their mechanics and developing safeguards is critical. This leads us to our next exploration, how to identify, defend against, and continuously monitor for these attacks. This is where the journey takes us deeper into the heart of AI security. Let's see what strategies we can deploy to fortify our defenses against these cunning adversaries. Imagine a scenario where an AI system is like a fortress, constantly under siege by adversarial attacks. These attacks are like cunning infiltrators, attempting to manipulate the system's defenses and extract sensitive information. The key to resilience lies in understanding these threats and fortifying every layer of the fortress.
That sounds intense. So these adversarial attacks can really undermine the trust and accuracy of AI systems. It's like the AI is constantly being tested for its strength and reliability. How do organizations ensure their defenses are up to the challenge?
Indeed, it's a continuous battle. Organizations develop robust safeguards, much like a vigilant security detail, constantly monitoring and adapting to new threats. They implement strategies like adversarial training and anomaly detection to protect their AI assets. But it's not just about setting up defenses, it's about maintaining them with ongoing monitoring.
That makes sense. So it's not just a one-time setup, but a continuous effort to stay ahead of potential threats. It reminds me of how we manage risk in other business areas, always adapting to new challenges. But what happens when the attack isn't on the model itself, but on the data it learns from?
That's where we step into the realm of data poisoning. Just like adversarial attacks target the model's outputs, data poisoning targets the very foundation, the training data. It's like tampering with the blueprint of a building, affecting its integrity from the ground up.
So the focus shifts from the model to ensuring the purity and accuracy of the data feeding it. It seems like both the defenses and the data need to be ironclad to maintain a reliable AI system.
Exactly. Ensuring data integrity is crucial because even the most advanced model can't perform well if built on compromised data. This leads us naturally to consider how organizations can protect their data from being poisoned, which becomes a foundational element in safeguarding AI systems. And this brings us to the starting point of imagine you're running a business and you discover that someone has tampered with your data supply, introducing errors that slowly erode your AI model's performance. This is the essence of data poisoning. It's like a subtle sabotage where malicious data misguides the model's learning process, leading to flawed decisions over time.
That's quite concerning. It seems like maintaining the integrity of data is crucial to prevent such attacks. If the data is compromised, even the most advanced AI systems can't be trusted to make sound decisions. How can organizations stay ahead of these threats?
Indeed, protecting data integrity is essential. Organizations need to establish robust frameworks that not only detect anomalies early, but also prevent unauthorized alterations. It's about embedding these measures right into the AI development process, creating a strong defense before threats even arise.
And I suppose having structured deliverables like a data poisoning risk report and a data integrity plan helps formalize these protections. This way, businesses can systematically address vulnerabilities and ensure ongoing data accuracy. But it makes me wonder, if data poisoning is about corrupting input, what about attacks that exploit the model's output?
That's a great point, Rana. Once we secure our data, we must also consider how the outputs of our models might expose sensitive information. This brings us to the concept of model inversion, where attackers use model outputs to infer confidential data.
So just as we protect data coming in, we need to be vigilant about what goes out. Understanding how attackers might reverse engineer information from model outputs seems like the next critical step.
Exactly. This naturally leads us to explore how we can shield sensitive data from adversarial inference, ensuring privacy and security are maintained throughout the AI lifecycle. Let's delve into how we can identify and mitigate these model inversion risks. Imagine a world where sensitive data like medical records or personal identifiers could be exposed simply by interacting with an AI model. This is the risk posed by model inversion attacks. It's a bit like someone piecing together a puzzle using only a few scattered clues, potentially revealing the picture hidden within. Organizations must first identify where these vulnerabilities exist, ensuring that the information revealed by AI models doesn't inadvertently expose more than it should.
That makes sense. It's like ensuring a locked door remains secure even if someone has a key that fits. But it's not just about identifying risks, right? There's a whole strategy to prevent these kinds of breaches, like using data obfuscation techniques. They seem to act as a filter, reducing the amount of sensitive information that can be inferred without compromising the model's usefulness too much.
Exactly. Obfuscation is just one layer of defense. Comprehensive privacy protection involves multiple layers, much like securing a building with guards, alarms, and access controls. By implementing these measures, organizations create a robust defense-in-depth strategy against model inversion threats. And with structured deliverables like risk reports and obfuscation plans, they transform awareness into actionable steps, ensuring both compliance and trust.
I see how crucial it is to manage these inversion risks, especially with the potential for regulatory penalties or loss of stakeholder trust. But it makes me wonder, what about other types of attacks? Are there other ways adversaries might exploit model outputs?
That's an insightful question. Beyond inversion, another significant threat is membership inference attacks, where adversaries attempt to determine if specific data points were part of the model's training set. It's like trying to figure out if someone attended a private event just by analyzing the guest list. This naturally leads us to explore how these attacks pose risks and what can be done to mitigate them. Imagine a world where your personal information could be silently extracted from an AI model. Membership inference attacks make this a reality by allowing adversaries to determine if specific data points were part of a model's training set. It's like someone peeking into the ingredients of a secret recipe, which poses a direct threat to our privacy.
That's quite unsettling, Sarah. So, how do organizations protect themselves from such prying eyes?
They employ a mix of data obfuscation techniques and privacy protection measures. These strategies blur the lines enough to confuse potential attackers without degrading the model's usefulness. It's a balancing act between security and performance.
I see. So, it's about making it harder for these attackers to confirm their suspicions about the data used. But what happens if an organization doesn't address these risks?
Well, the consequences can be severe, ranging from legal penalties to loss of trust from stakeholders. That's why it's crucial for organizations to integrate privacy protection into their AI model design from the start. It's not just about fixing issues after they occur, but preventing them.
Prevention does seem key. But this talk of protecting data privacy leads me to wonder about another potential threat: the protection of the AI models themselves.
Exactly, Rana. As we secure individual data, we must also consider the model's intellectual property. This brings us to the challenge of model stealing attacks. It's like guarding a treasure chest of AI knowledge, ensuring competitors can't replicate it without putting in the hard work. Which raises an important question. Imagine, Rana, you've spent years perfecting a unique recipe. It's your secret sauce, and suddenly someone figures it out just by tasting it repeatedly. That's akin to model stealing attacks in AI. Organizations invest vast resources into developing AI models, which become prime targets for those seeking to replicate their capabilities without putting in the same effort.
That sounds like a significant threat, Sarah. It seems crucial for companies to have a structured approach to identify and mitigate these risks. But how do they actually protect their intellectual property from such attacks?
Well, it begins with understanding where vulnerabilities lie. Just like securing a house, you need to know where the weak spots are, like an open window or an unlocked door. From there, organizations can employ both technical measures, like query rate limiting, and legal frameworks to protect their AI investments. It's about creating a comprehensive defense strategy.
So it's not just about putting up walls, but also having a plan in place to manage and enforce these protections. But what if someone tries to trick the model without stealing it directly?
That's a perfect segue into another type of threat: model evasion attacks. Instead of replicating the model, attackers manipulate inputs to deceive it into making incorrect predictions. This raises another layer of complexity in safeguarding AI systems.
That sounds intriguing. I guess understanding these evasion tactics and developing strategies to counter them is crucial. How do organizations prepare for such sophisticated threats?
Exactly, Rana. It's about recognizing where models are most vulnerable and designing safeguards to maintain their robustness. But this leads us to consider the continuous nature of these defenses. Keeping AI systems secure requires ongoing vigilance and adaptation as adversarial techniques evolve.
So, the story unfolds from protecting our models from being copied to ensuring they aren't misled. It seems like a never-ending journey of staying one step ahead.
Indeed. And this journey brings us to the importance of not just building these defenses, but also monitoring them actively. Which raises an important question about how organizations can ensure their AI systems remain trustworthy amidst these evolving threats. Imagine a world where a skilled magician can deceive an audience with a simple sleight of hand. Similarly, in the realm of AI, model evasion attacks are like those magic tricks where adversaries cleverly manipulate inputs to trick AI models into making wrong predictions. It's a subtle art, not altering the model itself, but exploiting its decision-making process.
And just like a magician's trick, these attacks can be hard to detect, leading to anything from minor performance issues to catastrophic failures in systems that rely on AI for security. So, understanding and identifying where our models are vulnerable is the first step in building defenses, right?
Exactly. It's about knowing your weak spots, whether it's the data input channels or the inference endpoints. Once you've mapped out these vulnerabilities, the next step is crafting safeguards. Think of it as building a fortress with adversarial training and robust validation mechanisms to protect against these attacks.
But even the strongest fortress needs vigilant guards. Continuous monitoring ensures that any attempts at deception are caught in real time, allowing for adjustments and maintaining model integrity. It's a dynamic process, isn't it?
It is. Organizations must remain agile, adapting their defenses as adversaries evolve. But here's the key takeaway. Model evasion isn't just a technical issue, it's a governance priority. Executives need to view it as integral to risk management, ensuring that AI investments remain secure and reliable.
That makes sense. But as we talk about protecting AI systems, it reminds me of another critical area: data itself. If model evasion is about deceiving systems, what happens when sensitive data inadvertently slips through the cracks?
Data leakage. This is where we shift our focus to understanding how sensitive information might be unintentionally exposed. It's a different kind of risk, but equally important. So, as we explore this, we'll see how proactive data protection and monitoring can prevent such leaks, much like fortifying the walls of our fortress.
And just like with model evasion, it seems the key lies in systematic risk identification and robust protection measures. But let's delve deeper into how organizations can safeguard their data effectively.
Imagine a bustling city where data flows like traffic, each piece of information traveling from one point to another. Just as a city must manage traffic to prevent accidents, organizations must manage data to prevent leaks. Data leakage is like a hidden crack in the road that could lead to a major accident if left unchecked. It's vital for organizations to identify these cracks, these risks, by examining how data moves and where it might inadvertently spill out.
And just like traffic lights and signs guide the flow of vehicles, robust data protection measures guide and control the flow of information. These measures aren't just about putting up barriers, but integrating protection into the very design of data systems. It's like building a city with road safety in mind from the start, rather than adding signs after accidents happen.
Exactly. And just as a city uses surveillance to monitor traffic and prevent jams, organizations use proactive monitoring to catch early signs of data leakage. This proactive approach means constantly checking the road conditions, auditing systems, and updating protocols to ensure the data highway remains safe and secure.
So, it's not just about fixing problems as they arise, but maintaining a system that prevents them from happening in the first place. The structured deliverables act like a city's planning documents, ensuring every department knows its role in keeping data safe, from risk reports to protection plans.
Right, and this comprehensive strategy isn't just a technical necessity, but a strategic one, impacting trust and compliance. But here's an interesting thought. While we've been talking about protecting data in general, what happens when the data we're protecting is the very foundation of our AI systems? This brings us to a crucial point.
Protecting training data from exposure. It's like ensuring the blueprints for our city's infrastructure are kept secure. If these are compromised, the entire system's integrity is at risk. So, how do we safeguard this foundational asset?
When we think about protecting training data, it's like safeguarding the very foundation of a building. If the foundation is compromised, the entire structure is at risk. Similarly, if training data is exposed or mishandled, the AI systems built upon it can become unreliable or even harmful. Organizations must first identify where these vulnerabilities lie and then implement strategies to shield their data from unauthorized access.
Absolutely, Sarah. It's about more than just setting up a few barriers. It's a continuous effort like maintaining a secure fortress. Regular audits and updates are crucial to ensure these defenses remain robust against evolving threats. And of course, this isn't just about technology. It's about trust and compliance, which are vital for any organization.
Exactly, Rana. Protecting training data isn't just a technical requirement, it's a governance imperative. If organizations fail in this area, they risk not just data breaches, but also losing the trust of their stakeholders. But once we've secured the data, there's another layer to consider, ensuring the AI models themselves are fair and unbiased.
That's a great point, Sarah. Just like we need to protect data, we also need to ensure our AI models aren't making unfair or biased decisions. Bias can creep in at any stage, and identifying it is the first step towards fair AI practices.
Yes, and addressing bias is an ongoing responsibility. It involves continuously refining models and using diverse datasets to ensure equitable outcomes. This brings us to an intriguing challenge. How do we balance data protection with the need for fairness in AI models?
It's a complex interplay, isn't it? Understanding how to identify and mitigate bias without compromising data security is key. And that leads us to explore how organizations can ensure their AI systems are not only secure, but also fair and just. Which raises an important question about bias and fairness in AI models.
When we think about bias and fairness in AI models, it's a bit like navigating a complex maze. Each turn and decision is influenced by the data and algorithms we choose. And sometimes, without realizing, we embed our own biases into the system. This isn't just a technical challenge, it's a fundamental issue that affects how AI impacts our world.
Exactly, Sarah. And just like in any maze, finding the way out requires more than just a single corrective action. It's about constant vigilance, monitoring, recalibrating, and making sure our AI systems evolve with fairness at their core. This continuous effort ensures AI decisions remain equitable and defensible over time.
Right, and the stakes are high. Organizations that overlook bias risk not only ethical missteps, but also regulatory repercussions and damage to their reputation. It's crucial to have a structured approach with reports and plans that guide us through this complex landscape. But once we have a handle on bias and fairness, we must consider what else might be lurking in the shadows of our AI systems.
You're hinting at those unintended consequences, aren't you? It's fascinating how AI can sometimes behave in ways we never anticipated, creating outcomes that could be harmful or disruptive.
Precisely, Rana. Just as identifying and correcting bias is essential, we must also be vigilant about the potential for AI to act unpredictably. This involves a rigorous assessment of how AI interacts with the real world and the unforeseen effects that might arise. Which brings us to the next challenge.
Understanding and managing these unintended consequences requires us to identify, evaluate, and mitigate risks effectively. It's a proactive approach that shifts us from crisis management to responsible governance.
And so, the journey continues as we delve deeper into the realm of unintended consequences in AI. Imagine you've just deployed an AI system, and everything seems to be running smoothly. But suddenly, unexpected outcomes start appearing, ones that were never anticipated during the design phase. This is what we call unintended consequences. It's like setting up a new system in your home, only to find out later that it's interfering with your Wi-Fi or causing the lights to flicker. Identifying these surprises is the first step towards responsible AI governance.
And once we spot these surprises, it's crucial to assess each one. We need to understand how likely they are to occur and how severe their impact might be. It's a bit like weather forecasting, predicting storms so you can prepare and minimize damage. But it's not just about forecasting, it's about taking action, right?
Exactly, Rana. We move from merely identifying and evaluating these risks to implementing preventative measures. Imagine putting up flood barriers or having an emergency kit ready. This proactive approach ensures that as AI systems evolve, our safeguards evolve too. It's all about staying a step ahead, creating a structured framework that not only responds to risks, but anticipates them.
And this structured approach, having a risk report, a mitigation plan, and prevention measures, ensures accountability and traceability. It's like having a well-documented safety manual for a new machine in your factory. It's essential for avoiding chaos and ensuring everything runs smoothly. But Sarah, what about when we're bringing new AI tools into the organization? How do we ensure they're safe from the start?
That's an important question, Rana. Procuring AI tools isn't the same as buying regular software. It requires a specialized evaluation process. Just like you wouldn't buy a car without checking its safety ratings, we need to scrutinize AI tools for data exposure, model behavior, and compliance. But understanding this procurement process brings us to the next challenge.